All right, folks. Again, my name is Doug Pinkham. I am with Pinkham and Associates. Sorry about that. Pinkham and Associates. We are a dedicated family law firm in Orange County. But I'm helping you put together a set of forms that you can use in your divorce or your legal separation or your paternity action anywhere in the state of California. All right. This particular form is the FL 130A. FL 130A. It's only for service members, active service members. If you are not an active service member, you can watch the next video. It's only about 5 minutes long, but you don't need it. So move on to the next video if you're not an active member of the military services. Okay, for those of you that are, FL 130A, you are saying, okay, so as an active military member, you have special rights under the Service Members Civil Relief Act of 2003. It used to be formerly known as the Soldiers and Sailors Civil Relief Act of 1940. That gives you special rights so that people can't run into court and take advantage of you while you're deployed or while you're fighting for our beautiful country. As such, if you are an active member of the military and you're trying to finalize your case by way of an agreement, a stipulated judgment, a marital settlement agreement, a final judgment, then you need to attach this form. And what it does is it's saying that you're waiving conditionally rights that you have so long as the judgment that you are signing gets entered. So it's maintaining your rights at the same time it's saying I'm conditionally waiving my rights so I can get this divorce done, but if anything goes awry, you still maintain your rights. It's really good protection for active service members. So, all right, so I'm going to start at the top. Declaration and conditional waiver of rights under the Service Members Civil Relief Act of 2003. This form shall be attached to the Appearance, Stip, and Waivers form FL 130 when you're submitting your judgment packet at the end of your divorce or paternity case or legal separation case. All right, so I'll read through it real quickly. There's a notice to the service member. You can read that on your own. It's just background information, which I've already given you. And then number 1, to permit the court to decide this cause as an uncontested matter and enter a judgment that incorporates the terms of a written agreement, another written agreement that you've put together, and we'll talk about that, made between the petitioner and me, a copy of which is attached to this form. I make a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary conditional waiver of the right to seek and set aside the default judgment entered against me in this matter as provided by Section 521 of the SCRA, which is the Service Members Civil Relief Act of 2003. Number 2, this waiver is conditioned as follows. A, the waiver applies only to a default judgment that incorporates the terms and conditions of the written agreement between the petitioner and me that is titled, and it says specify. Then number 1 is stipulation for judgment, which is likely because that's what I'm helping you put together. Could also be 2, a marital settlement agreement, which is an old school method for putting together an agreement at the end of a divorce. Or number 3, other, and then it asks you to specify the title of the agreement that you're putting together and that you're attaching to this. I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't know what that other might be. So it's either a stipulation for judgment or, and not likely so, a marital settlement agreement. So, whichever one that is, mark the box and move on. The court must enter. You're telling the court by signing this form, you're saying the court must enter a judgment in this case that incorporates only the terms and conditions of the above written agreement without any change, and Should the court enter a judgment that changes the above written agreement in any way, then I do not waive any of my rights under the SCRA, including my right to seek and set aside the judgment at any time. So that's saying it's got to be done exactly as I plan it, or I still have my rights to set it aside and fight about it later. Number 3, this conditional waiver was executed during or after a period of military service. I declare under penalty of perjury, under the laws of the state of California, that the foregoing is true and correct. Then, date it. Write your name to the left. And then sign it to the right. At the bottom it says, attention, clerk of the court. By law, a service member must not be charged a fee to file appearance stip and waivers form FL-130. Now, that is a big deal, because if the FL-130, and you'll see on that video if you watch the FL-130 video, if you've never filed a response before that, then you have not, and you've never made an appearance in court, then you have never paid your response fee of $435. This is saying if you file the judgment with the FL-130 and the FL-130A, that you are not going to have to pay that. All right, so that is the entire form. And again, my name is Doug Pinkham, and I hope this video has been helpful to help you figure out how to fill out the FL-130A. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.